So I've had my first one at 29 and I've had 13 since. So I have a doctor that I only see every 2 years, right before he shoves a camera at my ass. And the colonoscopy's not that bad. It's under anesthesia, but the day before is utterly terrible. You have to clean your colon out with a literal gallon of laxative that is called Go Lightly, which I can assure you is exactly what you do not do. Anyway, I've become decent friends with my GI doc, and last time I was in, he found out I was a stand-up comic, and he asked me, while I was lying there on my side waiting to go under, for a joke. And I said, I don't have a joke for you right now, but I will write one for you next time. And so I'm going to share that joke with you tonight. Is butt cheeks one word, or do you have to spread them apart? Okay, so that's from me, but we've got another 49 or thereabouts comics to come. And our next comic coming to the stage right now is Amanda French!
Thank you. When I was in high school, I worked at Tyson's Chicken Factory. And it's crazy because it really prepared me for military life. I mean, I saw a lot of blood and guts. Whenever I was in the military, I became a Russian linguist after working on the Russian leg line at Tyson Chicken Factory. We sent legs to them. I don't know if it was some sort of covert operation or not, but it was a thing. And the last thing that it prepared me for, because the stink is so bad, it prepared me for marriage, being married to my husband. He works in wastewater management. I don't know what smell is worse. Thank you, I'm Amanda French.
One more time for Amanda French. Next up, we have Greasy Gordo.
It's a pleasure to be here. I've never been here before. Nice to meet you guys. I recently found out that my girlfriend is a magician. Magicians usually pull rabbits out of their hat. She can pull an argument out of her ass. She also has a vanishing act. She can make another man's penis disappear down her throat. If you pay for the show, she can make it disappear somewhere else. She's also diabetic, and she pays for everything in our relationship, so I call her my zero sugar mama. She's a little chunky like me, and she helped me realize what I like to identify as, and that is a bread warmer, because I love putting her rolls in my mouth. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are digging this stuff. She saw me say this last night, and she was not as pleased with my material as you guys right now, so. I'm also homeless. Anybody got a couch I can crash on? As long as it holds up, I don't know, maybe 500 pounds, I think I'm good. That's a lie. 300. Did really good with my New Year's, what do they call it? Resolution? Yeah, no one cares. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good night.
One more time for Greasy Gordo. Next up, we have Lorena Riyad.
His arm was on the floor. So
Let's get Lorena Riyad to the stage. Alright, next up we have Marcus Gorey.
Hey. Yeah, that's right. It's 2024. I'm gonna try this morning routine thing out again. Yeah, that crack of dawn. Yeah. The whole thing about the morning routine, like egotistically speaking, it's just me being better than you. You know, when you wake up, I'm just like, I've done so much more than you. I've done so much more while you've been asleep. And painstakingly, I can be a 5 more minutes than you, but I've done so much more than you. Painstakingly, when I get up in the morning, and within 10 minutes, if someone else in the house is up, it's over. My morning's in is done. My morning, and if you start talking to me in the morning, that's my morning. That's not your morning. You don't talk to me in the morning. You know what that's like? That's like I walk in on my girl cheating in the act of it, and I gotta walk this guy out of my bedroom, rock hard, and he wants to talk to me. I'm like, first of all, I wasn't expecting to see you. Now you want to talk to me? All right, that's my time.
Give it up one more time for Marcus Gorey. Next up, we have Derek Miller.
Hello, it's my first time here, and my wife and I have 2 girls, 2 daughters, so it's getting pretty serious. I want to tell you the story of how my youngest daughter met her best friend. 2 things you need to know. One is in the kindergarten playground, there is a bench for 2 people called the Buddy Bench. And the other is, we had just seen the movie Elf, where the main character's name is Buddy. Okay? So my kindergarten daughter comes home and she says, Dad, I got in trouble at school today. And I said, oh, tell me more about that. And she said, the teacher's going to call because I got in trouble at school today. And I said, tell me more about that. And she said, there was this new girl, Peyton, and she was sitting on the bunny bench, and I pushed her off. And I said, why would you do that, daughter? And she, well, I call her Caitlin. Why would you do that, Caitlin? And she said, because her name's not Buddy. That's my time, thank you.
Now let's welcome Greg McGowan.
Oh my God, it feels good. It feels good being here, being the first black guy to grace the stage tonight. It's amazing. Holy shit. So recently I learned that you can't date like a crazy woman, but I feel like every man has to experience that at some point. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you find out a girl is crazy at the wrong time. Like, I found out halfway through the game of Monopoly that my ex was crazy. Let me explain. Like, halfway through the game, she was like, you must not be messing with them other broke bitches on Baltic Avenue, because every time I look up, every time you land on that side of the board, you always gotta stop at some other bitch house. I was like, what? Like, what do you even say to that? Like, what? Like, it was so weird. Like, cause she got all in my face, I panicked and shit. And I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I immediately moved her piece directly to jail. Cause I knew right then and there that I didn't wanna have to deal with it. You know what I mean? And like, the weird part is, like, you don't know this, but like with black women, they like to tend to double down. That is my time, y'all. Greg McGowan.
All right, next up we have Dustin Dykes.
My daughter started working at a large hospitality company, which means I now get the family discount on reservations. Sweet. Yes. So on my last trip, instead of staying at the usual Cockroach Inn, I was at a pretty nice hotel. Get this, in the room, they have a bottle of water with a handwritten note on it. Classy. It said, for your convenience. $12. For my convenience? If I were in the Mojave Desert, dying of thirst, then a bottle of water for $12 would be extremely convenient. But no, I was in a hotel room with a faucet and a Coke machine by the elevator.
All right, next up we have Asia Saligliano.
So, having a conversation with my husband about expired eggs has me questioning things. And not just because I'm a lady in her mid-40s who opted out of having children. No, but he likes to throw out eggs that have barely passed their expiration date. And I get upset, I'm like, honey, those little baby chickies died for nothing. He tells me, relax, they were never fertilized. So now I'm wondering, does this mean I lean pro-life? No, but that is a waste of really good eggs. Thanks, guys. That's my time.
All right, next up we have Anna Barden.
I'm not a slut. I'm not a slut, but I've never gagged during a strep test. Why?
Next up we have G-Baby.
I am a slut. I found out in therapy. I was seeing this one lady, she was a total bitch, so I changed therapists and I got this guy, this tall, black, handsome dude, and instead of just laying down on his couch, I would find myself like crawling to it, like in this position. And I didn't know why, so he visited a little bit for me to tell me what was going on, and we revisited my childhood. We found out that I wasn't a bad kid growing up, but my teacher didn't like me. She sent me to the principal's office one day, and I love this principal. He was just like my therapist, tall, dark, handsome man. I just knew he wasn't going to paddle me, but he did. This was back in the day when kids got paddled. It was legal to hit kids in school. And he paddled me, and I couldn't believe he hit me, and it felt so good. That's when I knew. I am slut. Me and
Next up we have Joe for part.
Alright, they almost got my name right. How you doing? Alright, so this is a joke that I wrote earlier today. I was at the grocery store and I parked my car and I got out of my car, and right down there on the pavement, right next to my car, was a cupcake. Just a cupcake. It was a red velvet cupcake. It was from Nothing But Cake, I could tell. So I think to myself, okay, free cupcake, cool. And then I think, wait a minute, is this here for like supernatural purposes? Like, is it an old Irish folklore thing? You guys know this, right? In the old days, the Irish would put out like a bowl of cream or like a little cake or something, so that when the fairies, we all know the fairies, right? They would come and they would eat the cake or they'd drink the milk, and if there was no dairy products there, then they would steal your kids and replace them with like changeling kids, right? So I think, I don't need kids, screw it. So I ate the cupcake, and the fairy folks stole my car. And they didn't even replace it with a changeling car. All right, thank you very much.
Next up we have Isabella Cassatt.
Hi, I'm a big old slut. Yes. I like to date younger women, 21 to 25. And I do check for ID, I'm not stupid. However, I feel like 25-year-olds, over 25, they're too slow for me. But I can give a chance to 30-year-olds if they look like 25. However, guys over 40, they smell like bacon. They want me to eat oatmeal. They want to cuddle and call me baby cakes. No. You know what's another advantage of dating younger guys? I don't have to pay for collagen. I get it for free. Oh, and the workouts. Oh, come on, shake it, baby. When you like, come on, you can control yourself any longer. Ooh, baby. Yes. Don't forget to take your Xbox. Yes, see you next week. That's it. My name is Isabella Casas. Thank you so much.
Next up we have Mike Christian.
Artificial intelligence is here, and it's real this time. Science fiction's all fun and games until it happens. You got spy satellites, killer drones, Facebook, and Facebook's crazy uncle, True Social. But AI, it's less Arnold Schwarzenegger and more Steve Urkel. Did I generate that? But it will not show remorse or fear, and it will not ever stop until it helps you cheat on your homework. It's not the Terminator, it's the term papernator. I'll be back with your bibliographical references. Thank you.
Next up, we have Marshall Brooke.
Okay, it's 2024, folks. We need an update to the human body's user settings app. Because, I mean, we got some issues. I want a toggle switch for my mustache. You know what I mean? Why can't we set kids' volume to 0? But this is the kicker, folks. Someone needs to talk to Zuckerberg, because, like, I want my farts to go on vibrate. You know what I mean? Thank you.
Next up, we have Kay Chang.
Alright, here we go. Thank you so much. Alright, friends, I am visiting here from San Francisco, and we got a new sign on the Golden Gate Bridge that says, always watch for pedestrians. Okay, if you're a pedestrian on the Golden Gate Bridge, there's only 2 reasons. You're either there to kill yourself, or Pokemon Go. Thanks for sticking with me. I know that got dark, don't worry. It's not a cry for help. I would never kill myself, and neither would Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. Stephen Hawking was on the Epstein list. That means that Epstein Island was ADA accessible. And I'm not defending Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just saying that is an accommodating sex trafficker. I don't think Andrew Tate had a wheelchair rape. That's all. All right, thanks, y'all.
Next up, we have Quincy Ford.
So I have an opinion, shockingly, which is that the movie producers and directors now, I think that they keep thinking that the Bechdel test is actually just lesbian scenes. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the Bechdel test is just, are there women, too, in a movie? Do they talk to each other? Is it not about a dude? And I gotta be honest, if you've seen any of the movies in 2023, some of them don't pass the Bechdel test, but they have a lesbian scene in it. The only movie that doesn't is Oppenheimer. And I swear to God, someone definitely pitched it. Someone was like, what if the wife and the mistress got together? What if that happened? Or like, what if Oppenheimer was a woman? Hiroshima. Like that. It's not edgy, it's just gay.
Next up, we have Mo Hannah.
Mo Hannah's not here. My name is Nick Hawk. I'm the next on the list. Thank you so much. Hey guys, what's going on, chicken nuggets? I know looking at me, you're like, there's no way he likes the cat. But I do. We have 3 cats at my house, okay? We have a ginger one, a black one, and a mixed race one. That's diversity, okay? I don't know if you guys know this, but my biggest fear is that when you die, after a small amount of time, your cats will just start to eat you. And I've never eaten the cat my whole life, and now the cat is gonna eat me. Just hits different.
Next up, we have Aaron Stout.
Thanks, everyone. I've been traveling for the holidays, and I just flew in from the island of Misfit Boys. You know, my journey with gender dysphoria has been a little different from a lot of my other peers because of my privilege, my Jolly Green Giant privilege. When people try to bully me, I just kind of stare at them, and I'm like, listen, man, those are some really mean things coming from somebody who has such a pretty mouth. Let's be a little pig tonight, boy. I got a fresh can of Crisco back in the trailer. Some of y'all haven't seen Deliverance and that's It's always awkward. It's always awkward the next day when we match on Grindr. You guys have been great tonight.
Next up, we have Tim Fancher.
I appreciate it. Everybody get what they wanted for Christmas this year? Yeah, Yeah, see, when I was growing up, we were poor, so we didn't really have, we didn't get what we wanted. My parents were poor, so they bought us what we needed instead of what we wanted. So they didn't have an adopted angel program back there, but my parents did participate in another program called Take It or Leave It. So I remember one year, my best friend Jerry, he got this 18-inch steel Tonka fire engine. It was so cool. Santa brought me Fruit of the Loom. So Jerry's was bright red orange, mine tidy whities. So I don't know what bothered me the most, the idea that Santa brought me underwear or the fact there was some elves, tiny little elves, hand making them just for me. And then after the Christmas break was over, we went back to school when I was young, and so we had a show and tell. So Lisa brought her little new Barbie, Twist-a-Lot Barbie, whatever. Jerry had his fire engine truck, raised up and down everything, and my time just... That was our very last show and tell at that school. That's my time. Thank you.
Next up, we have Stephanie Bell.
So I'm a massage therapist, and one of the cool things about being a massage therapist is I know a lot about the body. Like fun facts that you wouldn't really know unless you're in the business. Like, did you know that when we are kids, we have 4 kidneys, and as we get older, 2 of them turn to adult knees?
We have Lindsay Goldath.
That wasn't exactly the appropriate response. Hi, so we are living in the era of the woman, of Barbie. Yes, we love it. And one of my favorite things about this era that we're living in is we have the best female rappers, right? We have Cardi B, we have Ice Spice, we have Nicki Minaj, we have Megan Thee Stallion. Like, we are living in the golden era of female rappers. I love it so much. And as a white millennial woman, I love to rap along with their songs in my car. And I feel really badass and really powerful and really tough. But one thing that I do struggle with is that they talk about their pussies a lot. Like a lot. And I'm a millennial woman. I'm kind of a prude. I'm a recovering Catholic. I don't like to acknowledge that a body houses my organs, never to speak of it. And so I feel like a little uncomfortable about talking, rapping about my pussy, right? And so you probably know there is one song that the entire song is just about how wet the girl's pussy is. Okay? That's the whole song. That's the whole point of the song. And I struggle with that. First of all, because do you think their pussies are really that good? Like that good? But also, honestly, if one of the lyrics in that song is, you're gonna need a boots and a coat. You're gonna need a bucket and a mop for my ass. Okay? And I just feel like if my bestie came to me and was like, look, my pussy is 24/7 dripping. I need a bucket and a mop. I'd be like, babe, you gotta go to the OBGYN.
Next up, we have Joe B. Green.
How's it going, y'all? How's it going? All right. I'll get that around there. All right. So everyone heard of this this new high-speed train that they're putting in? It's here in Dallas. Yeah. So when I first heard about that, I was kind of excited. It's like, oh, we're finally going to get an alternative to driving. Like, instead of just going down the interstate, we're finally going to get an alternative to driving, and it's more efficient. It's going to be really cool, futuristic. And then I found out it just goes to Houston. And I thought just having a high-speed train that just goes to Houston is kind of like the equivalent of a free Disney Plus subscription, but you only get to watch Star Wars episodes 7, 8, and 9. it's Houston, between San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston is Houston. Like, if those are the 3 Star Wars trilogies, it's Houston, Star Wars 7, 8, 9. I mean, it's the biggest one, but it's also probably the worst. But let's be honest, Houston is saying the same stuff about us. Like, high-speed train is gonna go to Dallas. Like, I want to go to Austin. I don't want to go to Dallas. Yeah, you should be there right now. No. Anyway, that's my time. Thank you.
Next up, we have Henry Cruz.
So I recently started dating this Latina chick, and most Latina chicks, they're already crazy. But this one is over the top crazy. Because most crazy girls, they'll, key your car, slash your tires. But I caught her trying to steal my Cadillac converter at the car. I was like, why'd you do that? She's like, oh, I don't need you cheating. All Hispanic men do is cheat. And I got offended because Hispanic men, we do not cheat. We're actually very committed. We're so committed, we'll go start another family. But yeah, that's my time.
Next up, we have Bridget Tooley.
Do we have any true crime fans here? Okay, must be a lot of white women in the audience. Y'all following the Gypsy Rose Blanchard drama? Yeah, so every time I think my life is bad, I just imagine being Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ex-boyfriend. When they're like, ask her out, the worst she can say is no. No, the worst that can happen is she convinces you to kill her mom, you get life in prison, she gets out after 8 years, and then she dumps you and marries another guy and publicly brags on social media how good the dick is. That's the worst she can do. She claims to be a Taylor Swift fan, but she did not keep her nights out of sight. That was a very niche joke for just true crime fans and Swifties. Yeah, she said that Dee was fired, but she fired Dee Dee, her mom. Bridget Tooley, thank you.
Next up, we have Hugo Gonzalez.
Hey guys. So the other day, my girlfriend asked me if I would still love her if she were a worm. And I said no. Because although my dick is small, it's not that small. That's not a romantic question. If your boyfriend answers yes to that, then you're dating a worm fucker. There's never going to be a rom-com about this. There's never going to be... Carol Evans had it all. The perfect job. A loving husband. Until one fateful day, she shit on a witch's grave. I don't know what happened, Carrie. I'm a worm. Live your life. Just leave. No, I'm not going to do that, babe. You know why? Because I'm an early bird. And I always get the worm. I've been Hugo Gonzalez. Thank you so much.
Next up, we have Holly Bagwell.
Hey everybody, my name's Holly. I'm one of the producing partners here at Stomping Ground. So I'm going to use part of my minutes to encourage you to take a class. If you think this is fun, it absolutely is fun, and yes, you can do it. 15 years ago, I took my first class. I was a single woman. I thought there was a chance I might fall in love with one of these comedians. If not, at least have some really great sex, right? And I was right about most of those things. I did not fall in love with a comedian, but I have had some great rides. I mean, some really, really good rides. Mostly from the bus stop to the show, because none of the guys have jobs or cars. So not take a class if you're looking for love, but if you are looking for an incredible group of friends and the best comedy education that Texas has to offer, join us. Thank you.
Next up, we have our Heavenly Father.
I got started doing stand-up kind of late in life. Next Friday will be my 1-year anniversary doing stand-up. hoping to make $100,000 doing this. Right now I'm at $37. People ask, is stand-up some kind of therapy for something that, some childhood trauma? I can't speak for other stand-ups, but for me, I survived a school shooting in 3rd grade and being molested in 5th grade. I really, really did not like being homeschooled.
Next up is Madeline T.
What's up? Yeah, it's your girl Madeline, Mad Dog, Mad Props, Maddie the Magna, Mad Facts, Big Tits, yeah, whatever the hell you want to call me. Yeah, it's me. The holiday season's over, it's a new year, new me. But reflecting on the only physical gift I got from my family members, guess what? It was TP and PT. Yeah, toilet paper and paper towels. I know. I was like, well, with this economy, I guess it's not that bad of a gift. But I live in a small apartment. I couldn't even store all those paper towels. I know. I came down to my sister. I was like, Lauren, this is kind of a shitty gift, but thanks for wiping my ass. All right, that's my time. Madeline time.
Give it up for Nathan Beeman.
So, recently I was told that I look like I do accounting for Epstein's Island. Which I take as a compliment, because it means they think I can be invited to an orgy. 3 people called me supple at work today. And do you know how hard it is to analyze the cost of 4 dwarves and a chalkboard? Do you know how many hoops I have to jump through to make that place wheelchair accessible? Thank you guys, have a good night.
Next up is Adam Shaw.
So my dad is getting up there in age, and he's fighting these imaginary battles. Recently, he wants to make sure everyone in the family knows he's not racist. Yeah. And the problem is not that he's racist. The problem is that he uses the same example every time he tells us. He says, 1963, I took a Japanese girl named Kiko to the prom. Kiko, she's Japanese. And I'm like, Dad, you do know there's a difference between not being racist and having an Asian fetish, right?
Next up, we have Matthew Parsons.
Some of you beautiful women out in the audience, you go out at night with your girls and you have some drinks, you get drunk and messed up, and you get into some unprotected sex, and the next morning you wake up and you rush to go fetch a bottle of the Plan B, and I guess as a man, I feel like a little relieved I don't have to go through that, and I'm a gay man for that matter, so, I avoid the pregnancy altogether, and practice my homosexual lifestyle, and I settle for that Plan G. All right, I'll do one more here in like 30 seconds. I just moved here from Virginia, here in Texas. Back then, we had Busch Gardens amusement park. There was a ride called the Loch Ness Monster. I haven't checked out your guys' Six Flags yet, but that was my first roller coaster. And it was a double interlocking loop. It went upside down twice. And as a gay guy, I found out that's when I like to be flipped. So, all right, guys, you're wonderful.
Next up, we have Mike McCullough.
Hell yeah, thanks for that kind of applause. I appreciate it. Hell yeah, I'm doing New Year's resolutions, you guys. Are you doing them? No? Okay, don't do them. Started putting my shopping cart back into the spot that says reserved for cops. So, yeah. I don't know, give them something to do. I'm gonna stop shoplifting, you guys. That's actually a joke, I'm not gonna do that. Guys, You know what? I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks, guys. My name's Michael.
Next up, Sarah Jackson.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah. I just started taking David Parsons' stand-up class a few days ago. I think I'm doing a pretty good job at standing up so far. I haven't tricked yet. So we were in our first class and we were talking about some phrases that you use in stand-up comedy, like punching up, punching down, and punching sideways. I'm in a room full of comedians, I think, so I'm not going to explain what it means to you, but I was sitting there in class and I just realized, you know, I'm 4'10". I'm always punching up. Thank you.
Next up, Tim Davies.
All right, I just saw the new Willy Wonka movie. You know, Timothy Charlemagne, whatever his name is. I know it's a good movie. Go see it. But you know, my problem with it, he's a little too sympathetic in the movie. You know, this Willy Wonka has friends, and OG Gene Wilder Willy Wonka, he did not have friends. He was a stone cold killer, and he kept orange slaves that he made dance in unison. And I think that's the problem. Our kids' movies nowadays are not traumatizing enough. That's my campaign slogan for 2024. Make kids' movies traumatizing again. Like Pinocchio or Dumbo or something. I'm just saying, when I go to see Paddington 3, that bear better get cancer. Teach our kids a lesson. Thank you very much. My name's Tim Davies, y'all.
Next up, Josh Thorpe.
1 year for Christmas, my mom accidentally opened a full-body bondage suit in front of me and my brothers. I would like to say that I was gagged, but that feels a little weird now. Thankfully, I couldn't speak, but thankfully my 11-year-old brother didn't miss a beat. He was like, "Wow, Mom, cool costume." I know future therapy when I see it. That's pretty rough, you know. After that, I don't think I can do rough sex in the bedroom now. I think having sex with me now is like wearing a lightly used Snuggie. It's gonna be warm, light, and you could probably get a better one for $19.99. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Next up, Jeff Jones.
So my best friend, did it just turn off? So my best friend is getting married this year. His name is Todd. His husband's name is Todd as well. Kind of bummed by that because I wanted to give him one of those fun celebrity power names, like when Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez were together, they were known as Bennifer. Or when Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Cosby were together, they were known as R. Kelly.
Next up, Andy Franklin.
What's up, everybody?
It's not working.
It's not working yet. What's up, everybody? Let's go a cappella. What's up, everybody? I have this dream that I want to remake a bunch of white TV shows and movies with all black cast. Yeah, there we go. Some support. I did say an all black Game of Thrones, and my wife friend's like, "You're stepping on the culture, bro." I was like, all right. I was like, what about a black Home Alone? We're all on board. That'd be great. Sinbad break into your house. I'd watch that movie. Except for, I'm just glad they didn't make an all black Home Alone in the 90s because it was a little problematic, don't you think? It wouldn't be as welcome as we needed. I feel like if it was in the 90s, they would probably call some shit like CPS A Christmas Story. But, all right. That's my time.
Next up, Heather Knox. Sorry, the mic is dead.
It's hard to wake up
in the morning. It's not because I have depression or because it's 30 degrees outside. It's because I can't get enough time with my cat. I feel like I love my cat so much that I would, suffer bed sores and incontinence just to have a few mere moments with him. And here's the thing. I don't know what it is late in life. I love animals so much. I do, almost more than humans. But, like, if your house was on fire, I'd go in there and I would save all your pets. Thanks, Ananas. Thank you.
Next up, Zach Webb.
I have a pretty bad attention span, Like I won't watch like a bad movie that's like 90 minutes, but I'll watch a 6-hour YouTube video about how that movie sucks. Like I won't read a 300-page book, but I'll watch a 6-hour YouTube video about why that book sucks. Like, I won't go to my best friend's wedding, but I'll watch a 6-hour YouTube video about why my best friend sucks.
Next up, Brittany Goss.
This thing's not working. All right, yeah. Well, it really sucks trying to date my age. A lot of my friends, they got married young, and so they've grown old together with their spouses. And they love each other no matter what, no matter their age, white hair, hemorrhoids. It doesn't matter. But for me, at the age of 49, I'm trying to start dating again. And they're old. For me, I can set my search criteria. I can set it to 10 years below, but I have to be very careful about setting it 10 years older. Otherwise, I'm going to end up in the nursing home changing diapers.
Next up, Peter Young.
Greetings. So I'm probably autistic. Probably I do have to put the disclaimer on the front because I wasn't diagnosed as a kid and it's iffy diagnosing adults. But I think the reason why I didn't get noticed is because there's a lot of autism in my family that just was never addressed. I was just never labeled as autism. It's like, oh no, my dad's not autistic, He just loves Star Trek, graduated from high school 2 years early, and double majored in math and planetary science. No. My mom's dad, he's not autistic. He just had a model crane set the size of this entire theater in his basement. And when he passed, my uncles just fought over who got which parts.
Next up, Al Crescencio.
I'm 73, damn it! I'm dating Brittany. Hey, happy 2024. It's the best year ever, right? We say that every year, best year ever. My best year was 1967. 2024, though, I get an extra day of life. February 29th, we get an extra day of life. And, I'm trying to decide what to do, whether I should, go on a senior cruise or use my AARP discounts or schedule a colonoscopy. I highly recommend you get a colonoscopy for your health. And if not, do the next best thing. Have anal sex on leap day. I'm Al Crescencio, peace out.
Next up, Mo Hannah.
I recently cut off my fling with the homeless bitch. And she went from rags to kisses. It's been a rough week. Fucking Waffle House fired my ass. I make one pancake and they flip shit. Waffle House is not to be fucked with.
It's good to be up here though, doing stand-up. I used to stutter a lot as a kid. I still got a slight lisp, more than I used to now. So growing up, I used to always avoid saying anything that started with the letter S. So for years, I was never sorry. I'd act like a little boy. I'd be like, oh. That's too bad. All right, y'all have a good night. Thank you.
Next up, it's Kate Greathouse.
Room full of comics, it's a switch, guys.
I gotta be honest, I don't think anything I'm gonna say is gonna be funnier. Y'all have a great night.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you all for being here for 51st Jokes! So, if you've enjoyed what you've seen on stage tonight, come back. We are a 501c3 charity that does a lot of good work with mental health issues and tries to help them with comedy. Because you know what they say, laughter's the best medicine, unless you're treating erectile dysfunction. So come back and watch another show. You can find out information about our upcoming calendar on our website, stompinggroundcomedy.org. And we also have a bunch of classes. They're currently in session, but we've got another one coming up in March, and tickets for those are on sale already. So if you'd like to do stand-up, you can come and learn how to do it. And you could be up on the stage next year. So if you've enjoyed your experience, tell your friends. If you haven't, shut the fuck up, please. And I hope to see you back here again. Good night.